And let's use this light ochre, and it's just to give that garland or whatever it is. I don't know what I made, but it looks like a piece of ribbon. Give it a little bit more color. So I will add darker tones, and this is the first one. As you can see, we have a sunny day. There's a lot of shadow on the Passion for Pencil table. A brownish tone. To give a sense of shading, just a little bit. It's a couple of days before Christmas right now. The dark days before Christmas, we call it here in the Netherlands. And the weather has been dark, very dark. Stormy weather with a lot of rain and wind. Lots and lots of clouds. But right now there is sunshine, and that is so much more pleasurable. Here we have a light ochre again. Oh no, let's pick the yellow one. And I think you know by now, you have heard that this last piece of the video is not with a live voice. I am doing a voiceover. And that is because while I was recording this, the batteries of my voice recorder went dead. Reddish orange, so this is a very bright, light red. It's really in between orange and red. Just to give it a little bit more glow to these ribbon-like things. Yeah, so we talk about, in the Netherlands we speak about de donkere dagen voor Kerst, the dark days before Christmas, and I must tell you, this time, normally I don't have it right very much, but this year I am longing for springtime and summertime, higher temperatures and lots of sunshine. I only like wintertime when I can go ice skating, but the rain and the wind and the storms, I really don't like it. Okay, let's take a look at the holly. Umber, a brown tone, I'm going to add now. Let's see what happens. Just to give it a sense of shadow here and there. Just a touch of it. Making circles, small circles with the pencil. So yeah, this year I'm really thinking about warmer days a lot, longing for it. And sometimes when I'm very cold, you know, the problem is when the weather is cold, my body is cold too. So I can heat up, of course, in the house, the home inside, but still I need a lot of clothes to make me feel comfortable. And sometimes I make it very comfortable. Then I just pick up some sort of blanket and I turn it into some sort of skirt. It looks ridiculous, but it is warm. And here I forget that you can no longer see what I'm doing. That happens quite often, but that is because while I am coloring, I cannot check where my camera standpoint is exactly. So and after having tackled the technical difficulties with the audio that are still here, my phone is still unable to record audio. And here I am using a lighter green tone just to brighten up everything. And that's the power of good quality pencils, that you can layer and add lighter tones on top of the darker ones. And although sometimes the difference is subtle, I love doing it. Now I tackled the audio troubles by using a different microphone, but now my phone has come up with the next problem, and that is that it is has trouble. The laptop has trouble finding it when I connect it just with a cable. You know, you connect the phone to the laptop, but the cable connection to the phone is not is deteriorating. So I'm having a lot of trouble to keep the connection going. It's really very annoying, and that's the reason why this last video took a little longer, because I just wasn't able to upload the video from my phone to the laptop and to the internet. So I think I should be on the lookout for a different device for recording. And I really don't feel like I want to do that, because, you know, it was my phone. It worked so well, but now it's falling apart. Anyway, that's a great deal with analog stuff like pencils and paint. You cannot get trouble like that. When the tip of the pencil breaks off, you just pick a sharpener. Look at that. That looks nice. So, now the ivy leaves. Light ochre again. Yeah, when the tip of your pencil snaps, you pick a sharpener and make a new point. And when it keeps sometimes pencils are shattered on the inside. That's a problem. But I found a remedy, and that is the sunshine remedy. If you have a pencil that is shattered on the inside, so when you try to sharpen it, the tip keeps breaking, the crumbling, lay it in the window, put it in the window where it can take a lot of sunshine, and when you have hot weather, that works just beautifully. Just keep it there for a couple of weeks, let it bake in the sunshine, and then the wax or oil-based pigment that is inside your pencil will melt a little bit because of the heat of the sun, and then everything will become one again, and the crumbling will stop. Works pretty well, I must tell you. I did that with my Prismacolor Premier pencils. Here I have a beautiful color, light olive. Love that. I love those brownish greenish tones. And I'm mainly aiming for the white areas, the areas that have not much color yet. So you will still see a lot of the yellow ochre, the light ochre also. Just making small circles. Here I have grayish black, just to add a touch of an extra shadow. Ah, that looks great. One of my favorite grey tones is Payne's grey. But this grayish black from the Pablo series is very nice also. Well, I like it. I hope you do too. Orange. Just to give that garland a little bit more color. Now I am using Pablo pencils, Caran Pablo. They are quite expensive, and you don't need the most expensive pencils and paper to make a drawing like this. You really don't have to. And I hope in the future I will be able to show you in a video that cheaper materials can bring you lots and lots of joy also. I am using my Arteza pencils a lot. This is grass green. And my Arteza pencils, they are the cheapest set that I have. And they are exquisite. Especially when you consider their price. I absolutely love them. They are not as good as these more expensive pencils, but you can do great things with them. And when it comes to coloring and just drawing, it's just it's a great pencil. My favorite pencil so far though is, I think it still is Faber-Castell Polychromos, and that has everything to do with the ability they have of extensive layering, and I absolutely love that. So here I'm adding a touch of green to the ivy leaves. I have a couple of leaves to go. Four leaves. And time flies when you're having fun, when you have coloring fun, because next week it's Christmas. It's going so fast. 1 week to go. One of my favorite colors, bluish pale, one of my favorite colors in this set of 40 Pablo pencils. I have a set of 40 pencils, beautiful. And I'm just adding a touch of this blue to the background, just a little touch. You can barely see it, I think, but I'm adding it there. And I'm keeping my pencil in this angled position, so I have a very light touch. That's exactly what I want. And by keeping the pencil like this, I use not only the tip of the pencil but the complete length of the point, so I can make quite a broad brushy strokes. Well, here we have scarlet, a very bright strong red with a very sharp point, as you can see, to add an extra touch of color to the berries. And I'm trying to give some of them a highlight. Oh, the tip of the pencil snapped. That can happen. I still have a very strong fine point, so no need to do extra sharpening. So as you can see, when you have a sharp point, you can do very detailed work. Here in the Netherlands, many families gather together during the Christmas holidays, and we have 2 days of Christmas holidays. The 25th, first Christmas day, and then we have the 26th, second Christmas day. And many families like to do something that we call gourmet. And that is a French word, and it has something to do with eating. And but we took it for something else. Well, it has to do with eating. We have a verb called gourmetten, and that means that everybody on the table gets a small pan where you can bake in, you know, pots and pans, a very tiny pan, and there is a heated device on the table where you can put your pan on, so the pan gets heated, and then you can bake your own meal on the table, gourmetten, and it's really a lot of fun. Okay, I think I finished this garland. I hope you liked the video, and I wish you all very pleasurable Christmas days and New Year's Eve, and whatever you're going to celebrate. I hope you enjoy yourself. I wish you lots of happy coloring, and I'll be back in I think in January, so see you then. Bye bye.